Divine Feminine, hey there, Melissa here to do your timeless love reading. We are going to be looking at your energy, the Divine Masculine's energy, and then a potential outcome just to check in where we're at. This is going to be for whenever you land on it in the near future. So this could be 2 years from now you land on this. It'll be in your near future. So this is aiming three months or less, okay? We are going to take pop-outs, and we're going to go with your energy first. We could be going through some sort of loss at this time, which is leading to our stability, believe it or not. And I know that sounds crazy. One more card for Divine Feminine, please. You guys have the Tower card, the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Five of Swords. All right. Let's get more on, let's get the energy on the Divine Masculine, ending out cycles. And I'm just going to get all the cards because I am doing pop-outs. Look at that. So this could be vice versa, but we do have the divine, we have divine counterparts on board, the King and Queen of Pentacles. That energy does feel pretty masculine, so maybe this is the Divine Masculine, this is the Divine Feminine. I don't, you know, when I do a reading, Spirit does the show, and I just kind of follow along. I'm not here to try to control the situation. But it is quite clearly looking as if we've got the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine at this time. The Divine Feminine is then ending out cycles and maybe going through some finding your place in this world, maybe ready to communicate, maybe are communicating, maybe you have been communicating. Let's get some outcome. Within the next 3 months, we've got leap of faith analysis. Your Queen of Swords. Communication, possibly. And the Six of Swords, off to calmer shores. Okay, so we've got in the Divine Masculine, the Tower card, the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and then the Five of Swords. To me, it's really stating that they've kind of come into a space of stability on their, I think after some huge shakeup in their life, whatever that may be. Some of the Divine Masculines were married. They could be going through a divorce at this time. They could have just gone through a divorce. And it does look like it leads directly into their feeling the, you know, that sort of Stella got her groove back feeling. That's what I'm getting off of it, is that once that is complete, once they finally let go, because we like to hold on to things that aren't ours anymore, that's what I'm getting, is a sense of holding on, not really wanting to allow the reality of what's going on. The ego is very strong, and especially in the Divine Masculine, and I'm not, you know, I'm not dogging on anybody. We all have ego, we all have spirit. The Divine Masculine is having a hard time letting go of whatever it is the Creator is taking away from them, but they are getting there. It leads to their stability, and again, their emotional satisfaction, and their emotional maturity is what I'm getting right now. And then we do have the Five of Swords in their energy as well, and I feel like this is stating that they're still flinchy from whatever's going on in their life, whatever shakeup is happening. I think you guys are going through the end of a cycle. The Divine Feminine has been very, like on the fast track to Ascension in the last year or so. So I think the cycles are ending. This is the World card, the Queen of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and then the Knight of Swords. It does signify to me that you've really come into a space of healing your perception of yourself. That's really what the divine union is about, is trying to heal up any wounds that are from your past, and really the perception of yourself, understanding your own worth, your own power, really coming to a place. This is when union comes in, really, when you are so content, so good where you are, so sturdy and grounded and rooted in your space in this world. You found your purpose here. You understand why the path was yours. The Queen of Pentacles is that. It's about shedding all the conditioning that was put on us. When you're on in a divine counterpart or a twin flame connection or whatever it is, this is all to shed the layers of ego and conditioning that we've put on us from birth. The Queen of Pentacles is that complete shedding of finding her place in this world, staying on her own path. And when we do that, the resources are endless in whatever it is we do pursue toward our calling, or in our calling within our purpose, okay? It does look like you've done massive amounts of work, and I've been feeling it in many of the different sign readings. So the work has been done. The Three of Wands indicates that. It's about, you've done everything you can. You're self-reliant. You're fine on your own, which is exactly why union is coming. And we do have, you know, it looks like union could be coming. I don't want to get anybody excited. You'll know where you're at on your journey. If you are at a space of truly not caring if it comes in or not, that is when it comes in. So, of course, we're always going to desire to reunite with our twin flame or our divine masculine, right? But it's about being okay if you don't at this time as well. There are divine masculine and divine feminines who will never come into union in this lifetime, okay? I don't want to break anybody's heart. I just want to be realistic with you. If that's you, if that's the case, you have somebody who will make you feel even better than your divine masculine does, okay? Why? Because they're actually going to pour into you. So whenever you're ready to let go of your divine masculine, either he will come in or somebody else will, okay? Male or female, doesn't matter to me. Whatever, vessel they reside in, that's not up to me, and nor do I care. So the Three of Wands really indicates that you've done everything. You've worked your A off, you've come into a space of self-reliance, and you are ready for union, whether that be with your divine masculine or not. The Knight of Swords does kind of indicate almost feeling at this time you've done everything. You're like, let's get it done. You know what I mean? That's what I'm feeling off of it. It's like, I've done all this work. Where are you at, divine masculine? And the reality is, if they haven't, if they're in a spot, I mean, they look like they're there, right? They've lost some things, but it looks like they do have some healing to do from this Tower moment. As far as the Five of Swords is there for a reason. This means that they're going to be flinchy. They will win at all costs. So you don't really want to come into union with somebody who's willing to win at all costs. Especially somebody who's hurting. When somebody's hurting and they're willing to win at all costs, it's just a dangerous situation. Not necessarily a violently dangerous situation, although that can be true as well. So it's just about coming into a space of knowing that you are as self-reliant. You've done all the work. This part is not even up to us, and it's like we can just be proud that we have done all the work placed before us, right? Because I can see that you've done it all. And then it's about, if you've really done the work, this kind of will dissipate, okay? This feeling, where are you at? Let's get it done. I've done all the work. Because you'll be so busy in your purpose, whatever that is for you. Again, that's what divine, what is it? Counterpart to R4 is divine work to be done here in this lifetime, okay? So it's about doing the work, whatever that is for you. It can be on any scale. But once you're into the sort of thick of your own purpose, you don't really even consider if they're ready or not. And whoever is here to do the work with you, it doesn't necessarily have to be your divine masculine. It will be a divine masculine, right? It just might not be the one you have in mind. Oftentimes we are, the Creator can make us feel that call or that pull to anyone or anything. If we need to heal something. So there is this chance, they call it a false twin. I don't really get into all the labels. There is a chance that you meet somebody that is the strongest connection you've ever been a part of. And that was just to heal you if you were in rough shape like I was when I met the person I felt that with. That is not who the Creator has set up for me to be with. It was just in order to force me into healing myself because it was so excruciating and I didn't know why. I didn't even know the guy very well. The connection was so strong. It was like I felt like my actual heart was being ripped out of my body. It was crazy. And it was years that it felt that way, right? I refused the work is what it was. I continued to drink, even started doing drugs to try to suppress the pain from this union that I wanted so badly. And now I can tell you, after doing so much of the work, I don't think the work is necessarily ever done. I will guarantee you that the Creator has no plans for that to be my divine masculine, okay? That person is just in a totally different space in their life. They're not evolving. They're not, so it's like, no, thank you. I appreciate that the Creator was, had me feel pulled to that person. And I appreciate that person was very classy about the whole thing, okay? But there's no way that at this time where I'm at and where that person is at, that we are set for union, because we're just on two very different avenues in life. So who you see as your divine masculine may not actually be your divine masculine. Does that mean you still have a divine masculine out there if you're a divine feminine, period, point blank? You just, the one that you thought was it might not be it. I just want you to be aware of that. So once we let go of the idea of it being that particular person is when the real person can come in or they can come back, okay? Interesting stuff. The outcome is somebody taking a leap of faith after analyzing their investments into themselves. Are we ready for this? That's what I'm getting right now, is that they are thinking, am I ready for this kind of love? I feel this connection. But am I ready? Is the work ripened yet? Am I going to go back to my old, traditionally speaking, a divine feminine, or we have both divine feminine and divine masculine. We do feel things on a very deep level. So we've had toxic tendencies in our relationships and in our lives. So it's about, am I going to go back to that same way? It's like you're analyzing how, where we're at. Has the work been done? Because here's another part of it that I'm catching right now in the Queen of Swords is maybe, like myself, we've cut off a lot of people in our lives in order to heal. I guess the reality is that we'll know we're healed when we no longer feel the need to keep, cutting people off. I don't know. I can't explain it. So in a healed space, we're able to really just... I don't think you should ever allow negative connections in your circle or in your life, but it's about at the first sign of kind of a disagreement, cutting people off is mandatory if you're in the middle of healing. But when you are healed, that probably isn't as necessary, is what I'm getting off of that right now. What a weird message. And then the Six of Swords is you kind of off to calmer shores. It's about you've done the work, you've done the healing, and you guys are off to paradise together. I would say if you guys are at a distance from each other, one of y'all is moving and you don't even maybe know it. And that could be what's the shakeup in their life. Could just be a move that they didn't anticipate. This could be somebody you've never met before. Like I said, this could not be your divine masculine that you're aware of. This could be a new person coming in that has gone through some shakeup in their life. Let's just say they live in New York, you live in California. They got let go of their job of 25 years because of COVID. And then they got this wild offer over in California, okay? Divine masculine on his way. So that's the kind of, that tower moment, what that could mean in their world. So just be open. That is the best part about the divine union, is just being open, really doing the work, really being content where you are, loving, being madly in love with you. The fact that you're a divine feminine, it's an honor. And you get to really love and heal and nurture those around you with your powers. We're all gifted with these healing abilities in the divine feminine. Oh, that popped out like crazy. It says romantic feelings. It says your feelings are real and worth exploring. So that does, for those of you that, I don't think our feelings are ever not real. I will say, like I said, with my particular situation, this was a divine masculine that I don't even care to come into union with. I don't even know that he was a divine masculine. I felt this twin flame connection with him. But he's not living a divine masculine life, I will tell you that. So I do believe that the creator has somebody different set for me in my, now. And I'm just going to say that if you guys know your divine masculine is on the path, right? And you know he's yours, that's wonderful. It does say romantic feelings and your feelings are real. So I would imagine that's saying that you are correct. This is your divine masculine. And then calling in your soulmate. So however you want to look at that, whoever we end up in divine union with is our soulmate, our twin flame, they're all our life partner. It's going to be the strongest connection you've ever been a part of, but it's going to be a loving, sort of, what's the right word? It's going to be a comfortable connection. It's not going to be that, can't sleep for days, can't eat kind of a connection. Feelings. Lots of feelings going on here, divine feminine. This is kind of cute. And it is just saying you're in your feels right now. And we are going to have feelings. It's just the ache. This is where I feel like it's taking me, is the ache. If you're feeling the ache, we're not quite ready. We have something to be healing yet, okay? The ache or longing for someone. Again, it looks like you've done wild amounts of work and really healing your perception of yourself. But when you do come through the end of that cycle, that world cycle, that also screams distance to me. So if you are at a distance from your divine masculine, I believe something is shifting. The divine really has this. This is divinely orchestrated. So yes, that little job loss thing, that is exactly how union will come in when it's time. The divine has all the power. We think we have so much power in control over things. It's cute when I see like a reader say that, well, I'm only going to take pop-outs because that's not my energy and I don't, whatever. The divine has all this. Like, you don't get to decide ever. Like, there's no decisions to be made, really. If you are if you feel you are a divine being, friendship. So this might be actually somebody you're friends with, or you might be trying to be friends with them at this time. And we're going to try one from the divine feminine. It says the goddess of never not broken. What? That's so weird. The goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. Amen. I think this is just after all of this, after all you've been through, likely excruciating things. I would say a lot of the divine beings have been through not only the divine union and the ache from the separation, but usually child abuse, different things in childhood that were also traumatic. There are pretty few, you'll see very few divine beings that haven't had to go through a lot. So we'll get one more. If one pops out. I'm only taking pop-outs because I can at this time. Not because I don't think the divine can get one over on me. Or because I don't think I can get one over on the divine. These I've never used before, so because some of them sound kind of rude, we'll see what it says. It says, adventure awaits, go find it. Okay, so if you are sitting there waiting is what I'm getting right now. If you're waiting on the divine masculine to really dive deep into your passions or your calling or your purpose, it's saying do not wait. In fact, you may meet your actual divine masculine, or he may, the one you have in mind may show up in the midst of you fulfilling your purpose. So do not wait on anyone, because also when you dive deep into your purpose, you don't have that longing anymore. That longing truly is not for your divine masculine, okay? The longing is truly that you're longing to fulfill purpose. Your spirit is longing to do its job here. And once that's being done, you no longer have a longing ache for the divine masculine, and that will give him room to come in. What? I can't even tell if this is upside down or upside right. I have found the one that my soul loves. Oh, God, it's so sweet, you guys. So those weren't rude ones, see? I'm just going to keep pulling, you guys, because why not? This is kind of fun. I never pulled this many oracle cards. Again, it does look like after some analysis, within the next few months here, it does look like somebody's going to take a leap of faith. Maybe it's you, maybe it's them. It won't come in if it's not ready, so it's not like... What I think the biggest lesson in divine counterparts is it's about you can't scare, you can't chase. This is so annoying to me, the runner chaser shit. You can't chase what's for you. You can't run away what's for you, okay? So if you're ready and you're, it's about not wanting somebody so badly you are restricting yourself from being you. Nobody is deserving of that. Like, nobody's love is worthy of that. You should always be able to be absolutely authentically you, and whoever's meant for you will be, and whoever's not won't. No, you do not want to come into union by tricking somebody into it, right? Compassion. It says, you demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. I love it. Divine feminine, it should say. One more. We're going to do the energy oracle. I'm probably going to get a chakra card, which I know nothing about, because I don't do, if you know anything about me, I don't do any research on anything spiritual. I go with my downloads. That way I know what is coming through from the divine and what is, that's all I have. I don't have any, I don't like to take information from humans, because some of that can be from their ego. So I know whatever comes through me, and it's from love, is from spirit. Door to personal healing and happiness. I think you guys have been doing that, healing, and it is leading to your happiness. Again, that longing feeling, if it's still there, if there's still an ache, if you're still feeling the desire to rush in, it's likely not, you're not ripened, right? But again, I'm going to reiterate this part too. It's almost like rushing in would mean the divine will bring it to you, but it's also just okay to be you. So if you feel the call to communicate, just know again that if it's not your divine masculine, they're not going to communicate back, and if you're not ready to feel that heartbreak, don't do it. Victory. The Chariot card is what that reminds me of, and it's about just that no matter what happens here, whether this person that you have in mind is for you or not, no matter who is for you, it's going to be the one that feels the best at the time, right? So continuously do the work on yourself. So you guys have done so much work. I've witnessed in all of my sign readings. I always feel this powerful divine feminine energy off of you guys. And the work is being done. It looks like the masculine actually has more work to do yet than you. And And just know that if you're truly diving into what it is you're feeling called to on your own, it said don't wait for him. Do this now, and that is how you'll how you'll attract him in, okay? Because he's going to feel called to the same thing, okay? And that is literally how you meet your counterpart, is by doing what you feel called to do. That person is also feeling called to it. That's, it's the serendipity. You bring serendipitous moments. You allow them. You give them room to come in, okay? I love you guys. That was fun. We will do this again sometime. Mwah.